Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Virtual Racing Network. Tonight we are here with the Schaeffer's Oil Modified Touring Series at Limaland Motorsports Park. No, we don't have 49 minutes worth of pre-roll here. We, of course, are going to be advancing here the next 5 minutes as you're watching the Extreme Sim Racing countdown to the green flag drop here for qualifying. Again, in approximately 5 or so minutes, qualifying will be underway. Here we got 21 drivers. Looks like we're going to have approximately 3 heat races with about 7 to 8 drivers per heat race, maybe 9 in one. So they'll divide that up accordingly. But again, we are here getting ready. Should be a great race. Howard Weaver currently at the top of the charts here in practice. We'll go ahead and bring some of those times up onto your screen here at the moment. And it looks like Howard Weaver's name in the 07 not showing up, which indicates we were in here before he was. And the 68 of Darren Literal not showing up either. Just a little glitch. Hopefully one day we'll get that fixed. But we will go ahead and just run with it as is here tonight. We are a little bit late here due to server issues and having to start a new server. And we're still fighting that cough, so we are fighting that back here for tonight as well. But then you have someone we haven't really talked about here. I'm not sure. I don't think he's been here in the last race or two. But that is the 127 of Blake Majulis. Sitting in second fastest right now, .029 behind your leader here, or not really a leader, but your fast time at the moment, followed by Shane James in that 3 machine, just .031, and tied with Dylan Wilson in the number 80 from the D1RT stable, running a very good time. Jordan Casey from the Swindell Speed Labs right behind him, and then of course DJ Kilinowski, never count him out, such a good driver. You can always expect to see these drivers up at the front. A powerhouse of drivers here tonight. Cole Harvey in here, Randall Carter, Lucas Chowney, haven't heard from him in a while. Tristan Carmen, Blake Brown, Jeremy Capron, and JD Brown are your top 13 here at the moment out of this 21 car field. Again, hopefully this voice will hold in here. We're definitely going to keep it hydrated throughout the night, just fighting that cough back just a little bit. But the hotter it gets here in the studio, the more it kind of goes away. The cooler it is, it wants to stay, but if we get it nice and toasty in here, for some reason that dry air sucks all the cough out of it, and we can keep going. So hopefully that does happen here tonight. And again, we will be advancing here momentarily. You're just watching the Extreme Sim Racing countdown. It's green here at the moment. We do want to point out, of course, the sponsors here for tonight's event, and starting with this series themselves, that is Schaeffer's Specialized Lubricants since 1838. Make sure you check them out and give them a thank you for what they do. And of course, that is going to do it here for the check flag. We'll go through the sponsors here a little bit later for the broadcast. Of course, we'll get rid of your countdown to green as it's time to go qualifying, and they're going to be coming out onto the track. Green flag has been issued. 5 minutes on the clock. 3 laps is all they have. And it looks like one of our first drivers to come out on to the track is going to be the number 25 of Jarrett Murphy. We'll go ahead and bring up your qualifying bar onto the screen and see what kind of times he is going to put in the number 25 machine. Looking good out there, red, white, and blue machine as well. Very nice looking paint job for him. Let's zoom out there a little bit if we could so we can get a better view of this track. It is one of the few tracks, and maybe the only, that does not have any infield pit walls. So if you make a mistake, you're going straight through the infield instead of into a wall. That could be a good or bad thing, just depending on how you look at it. But times are starting to come in already. Shane James in the number 3 HRT machine, going to put that at the top of the charts with a 13.307. And now make it to second as Alex Bergeron in the number 12 machine jumps to the top with a 13.272. Jordan Casey, no stranger to being up front with a 13.327. He's going to bring it back out onto the track. Dylan Wilson coming back on the track in that D1RT number 80 machine. He, too, is at the top in fourth place here at the moment. Fifth place is Randall Carter. Howard Weaver was at the top of the charts in practice, not so far here in qualifying. He's currently back in 7th place. Going to take that VLR machine back out, and hopefully everyone out there is watching. Obviously, VLR had a devastating setback today as their Facebook page completely disappeared and vanished from the face of the earth off of Facebook. So, not sure what happened there, if it's going to be coming back or not. Trust me, it was not a VLR move. It was not planned by any means. But it did happen, so hopefully they will be able to get that back. A lot of subscribers, fans, and a lot of videos will be lost permanently if it does not come back. But something that won't be lost, and that's the speed out of that M14 machine from D1RT. That is Shad Prescott, putting on a good run for you here. He's 4th fastest right now, right behind Shane James and right ahead of his teammate Dylan Wilson, as that looks like it's just about gonna do it. Everybody has qualified out on the track. You can see the top 20 right there. The only name not listed on this chart here is your 21st driver. That is a 68 of Darren Littrell. He would be 21st if you could see him. So we'll go ahead and get rid of your qualifying bar because it's not going to matter. 2 minutes left on the clock, but time doesn't count here anymore. These are just practice laps as the M14 is going to bring it to a stop. And we'll see Blake Majulis. So he's done. They're going to go ahead and advance it. So let's go ahead and get rid of qualifying off the screen as it's time to get down to some heat racing. And I believe we will have 3 heat races. We will. 3 heat races and then your 35-lap feature after about a 2-minute warm-up. So heat race number 1 getting ready to come out onto the track now. So we'll go ahead and bring it down to your heat race for this. Drivers for heat race number 1, and it's going to be Alex Bergeron, Shad Prescott on row 1. Row 2 is going to be Howard Weaver and Cole Harvey. Row 3 is going to be Tristan Carman and Blake Brown, and rounding out the field here in heat race number 1 is going to be the 47 of Lucas Chowning. That will do it here for heat race number 1. Drivers, we are just about ready. They're going to take 2 laps around the track, and then we will go racing for the first time here tonight at Limaland Motorsports Park on iRacing. Again, a lot of big things going on iRacing here lately, and it won't be long before you're starting to see some of these dirt races possibly on your TV screen. We've already seen the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze All-Star race on there on NBC, and before you know it, you may be seeing some of these sprint cars, modifieds, or late models on your TV as well. Time will tell. We'll go ahead and put your main bar up. You're watching the Schaeffer's Oil Modified Touring Series live here on Virtual Racing Network, whether you're on the Facebook page or VRN or live on the Race on Texas YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to both of them. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell to be notified of all upcoming events on the YouTube channel for Race on Texas. Lots of weekly content coming your way very soon on there, as we got a battle going on about midfield. Shad Prescott trying to get to the bottom side of Bergeron. Bergeron not having any of it. He powers by him on the outside. Bergeron holding on to his lead. They're 3 wide for third. That is Weaver, Cartman, and Harvey all right there together, and they are just duking it out. Prescott still trying to get to the lead, but can't quite do it. We have Cole Harvey and Lucas Chowning battling back here in the 47 and the 85. And they're still side by side, nearly coming to the line. Bergeron still being able to hold off your second place driver, Shad Prescott, in that M14 machine. Prescott definitely no stranger to being in victory lane. We'll see if he can do it here tonight. Alex Bergeron, a proven winner, has had real life success in a sprint car, not necessarily in a modified, but he definitely showing that it doesn't matter if it's got 4 wheels and an engine, he can do something with it. Howard Weaver trying to make a move in that 07 machine, and we'll see how he's going to fare here tonight. Right behind him is the 04, or just the 4 here, of Tristan Carman, and that's what we'll go by. Scoring says 04, but he has 4 on the car, so So that is what we will go with here tonight. The 85 of Cole Harvey and Lucas Chowning. No contact made. That was going to be between the 4 of Tristan Carmen and Cole Harvey in the 85. They also collect, I believe that was Lucas Chowning with them. He's going to fall all the way back to 7th place as the white flag is in the air. It's not going to matter, I don't think. It looks like Alex Bergeron's going to walk away with Heat Race 1 win. And he is. Your Heat Race 1 winner is going to be the 12 of Alex Bergeron. Second place going to Shad Prescott. And third going to Howard Weaver. Heat Race number 2 getting ready to come out onto the track. And just like that, folks, it is winding up quickly. So, again, make sure you hit that like button if you like the racing. You know what to do. And, of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell over there on the YouTube channel for Race on Texas. There will be a lot of content coming weekly on there. And we're talking cool stuff all the way back from 2015, 16. We're going to put some of that old footage out there in Race on Texas, so make sure you check it out. Lots of other cool stuff, including possibly driver interviews, all kinds of great stuff. And Heat Race number 2 is going to be Jordan Casey and Dylan Wilson on row 1. Row 2 is going to be J.D. Brown and Drew Hopkins. Row 3 is going to be Garrett Niebuhr and Ryan Martin. And row 4 is going to be Blake Majulis in that 127 machine. Again, I'm looking for Blake Majulis back there to have something for this field. And again, another one of them Swindell Speed Labs 127 machine. Odd to see him starting at the back of a heat race. He has been known to be up front and be a winner. So we'll see how this one plays out for him, as he is a square running shotgun back of the field. Alright, green flag's out and we are racing here for the second time tonight. We went caution free in heat race number 1, and we look to do it again here in heat race number 2. Jordan Casey out front, followed by Dylan Wilson. You talk about a tough rivalry going on there. We got Swindell Speed Labs and D1RT. Those two, no strangers to tangling on the track and tangoing, whatever the word is. Those two teams getting together quite often as we got contact in the back between Blake Majulis and that 127 and the 157 of Drew Hopkins. They make a little contact, and there's more contact being made back here. This time it's going to be between the 157 and the 024 of Ryan Martin and Drew Hopkins. We keep going in the right direction. We go back to the front. Swindell Speed Labs, number 42 of Jordan Casey out front, being trailed by Dylan Wilson in the number 80. As we were just saying, those two, no stranger to battling up front. There is no two teams that battle harder with each other than those two right there, Swindell Speed Labs and D1RT. They have been known to mix it up a lot on the track. And speaking of mixing up, the other 14 of J.D. Brown, he has got his eyes set on that number 80 machine of Dylan Wilson, but can't quite make the pass. So he's going to keep digging. He's hoping maybe these two make a mistake, get together on the track, and he can capitalize off of it. We currently have 2 laps to go. The 42 still out front of Jordan Casey. That 14 of J.D. Brown trying to make something happen, but not happening here at the moment, as he is ahead of him at the moment. But no, it's going to be the 80 that takes second place. We have 1 lap to go. That is all that remains in this race. White flag in the air. Jordan Casey leading the race. Here comes Dylan Wilson on the high side. Can he make the move? He's had the momentum, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's not. It's going to be the 442 or the 42 of Jordan Casey from Swindell Speed Labs that takes home heat race number 2 win. And it's going to be Dylan Wilson and J.D. Brown rounding out second and third as heat race number 3 gets ready to come out onto the track. Alright, heat race number 3 is set to come out onto the track. We'll pull them down. It's going to be 7 more drivers. We're going to have Shane James and Randall Carter on row number 1. Row number 2 is going to be Jeremy Capron and DJ Kilinowski. Row 3 is going to be Jared Murphy and Dylan Thomas. And it looks like Darren Literal in the 68 not going to make the call here tonight, so he will not be the 7th driver. So only 6 drivers here in heat race number 3. Again, this is your 3rd and final heat race of the night. And when we will be moving on to about a 2 or 3 minute warm-up followed by your 35-lap feature race. Caution laps will not count in that race. Again, it'll show 80 on the scoreboard, but we're only going to run 35 of those, and caution laps will not count for that event here tonight, as we are just about set here to get the green flag for your third and final heat race of the night. All right, again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. Green flag is in the air. We are racing for your third and final heat race. Shane James out front definitely wants to put this thing in victory lane. He's come up so short each week. And he started out, one of the best, still is one of the best drivers on iRacing. Had a little bit of a slump there, but he has recovered, coming back. Then he's had a little bit of bad luck, but he is out front, and he's been putting together a string of good finishes. The number 3 HRT Machine, Randall Carter to the inside, and number 37 Machine. And looks like, no, the momentum's going to go to Shane James on the outside. That outside seems to be pretty good right now here so far. This track's still early. There's not a lot of wear on it as far as black. There's no slick being formed on this track right now. Jeremy Capron in the number 23 Machine trying to make something happen. DJ Kelenowski in the 13, and Jarrett Murphy battling currently for 4th position. Dylan Thomas got a little loose early on, so he's a little further back. We'll see if he can fight his way back to the front. We have another battle going on for the lead, though. That is going to be the 37 of Randall Carter trying to make a pass. And no, once again, with making it 3 laps to go, Shane James still has momentum. Not as much as he did on that top side, but he had enough to maintain the lead, and that's all that matters when you come to the line. As long as you have that momentum crossing the line, that time it's going to be the 37 of Randall Carter that leads his first lap, and he will have the momentum this time, and he will take the lead from Shane James. And here comes Jeremy Capron. Will he get him? No. So far, there it is. 1 lap to go. Randall Carter out front. We may have a new second place before it's all said and done. I don't know if he's going to be able to get him, though. We'll see. Time will tell. Half a lap to go. Less than half a lap now. As they're coming to the line, your third and then final heat race winner will be the 37 of Randall Carter, followed by Shane James and Jeremy Capron. And that will do it for heat race number 3. It's a little bit of a warm-up. Grab you something to snack on. Grab you something to drink, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, we are getting reports in that Facebook is choppy. We are watching it over on the YouTube side of things, and it looks good over there. So if you go to YouTube, try to look up Race on Texas. It doesn't seem to be choppy over there. There has been issues going on with Facebook today. So there very well could be some issues going on with the Facebook side of things. Probably should have just not gone live there. So we're getting reports there that's rolled it. Check out Race on Texas on YouTube. It should be clear there for you, nice and smooth, and actually will be a little bit higher quality for you as well. Make sure you hit, of course, that subscribe button. You'll be going there quite a bit live, but something going on with Facebook here tonight, unfortunately. So we'll keep tabs on the YouTube side of things to see if we see it. But we are getting ready to get this thing started here. Having to check in that. We didn't get through the lineup, but it's going to be Alex Bergeron, Jordan Casey, Randall Carter, Shad Prescott, Dylan Wilson, Shane James, Howard Weaver, J.D. Brown, Jeremy Capron, Cole Harvey are going to be your top 10. 11th through 20th are going to be Blake Majolis. There we'll get it out. DJ Kilinowski, Tristan Cartman, Garrett Niebergy, Garrett Murphy, Blake Brown, Drew Hopkins, Dylan Thomas, Lucas Chowning, and Ryan Martin. That'll be your field here for the Schaeffer's Oil Modified Touring Series as the green flag comes out for the first time here tonight. And we are racing as it's going to be Alex Bergeron that is out front leading this thing. We got a battle coming back here for second place between Casey Carter and Prescott. Looks like Jordan Casey is going to take second place, but here comes Randall Carter's Megan, and we'll see Carter not at the line. It's going to be Jordan Casey, but Carter's still battling on the inside, trying to make something happen. Shad Prescott doing the best he can right now, trying to get by these guys. They are just right there, bunched up together. Caution one's going to come out, and it's going to be for the 19 of Garrett Niebergy. As let's go back and take a quick look and see what happened to that number 19. You're looking for the yellow car on your screen, and he gets a little sandwich there. Maybe no, gets into the outside wall, and I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, right there, gets a little bit of a sandwich. He became a 13 sandwich there. The 13 of DJ Kilinowski manages to survive. Just a lot of tough racing there, beating and banging going on, and that's going to put him in the pits and possibly on to the trailer. Going home a little bit earlier than he wanted to. DJ Kilinowski in the pits as well. So his night coming to an end a lot earlier than he wanted to. And so we'll try to get laps in as we can here from race control. Again, remember, caution laps do not count here in this race. All right, we got Jason Deere out there letting us know that the YouTube side is good. So yes, definitely, folks, here we'll get that link out to you real fast over on the YouTube side of things. If YouTube is being choppy, they have been having issues here today, deleting people's Facebook page. So definitely check out that link. Jim Emery, we switched over to Racing Texas, so if you can't find it, that is the link right there for you. I do apologize. It's a new page they're working on, so we're working on getting that all set up and ready to go. With the green flag back out once again, Alex Bergeron, Jordan Casey, Shad Prescott, Randall Carter, and Dylan Wilson are going to be a top 5 coming to what would be Latin area. His caution's going to come out once again, and I'm not sure who's involved in this one, as everyone is up to pace here. Nobody is off pace here, so caution coming out. Looks like maybe it was a race controlled thrown caution. Nobody off pace. We go back to the front. Alex Bergeron still leading this race, looking to get his another win here in the series. Jordan Casey, wow, Randall Carter, Shad Prescott, and Dylan Wilson, even Howard Weaver, Shane James looking to upset him here tonight and take the win. All right, looks like we are just about ready, folks, to get that green flag one more time. Strap those belts tight. Let's go racing here. Schaeffer's Oil Modified Touring Series style here, live on Virtual Racing Network on the Race on Texas YouTube channel, as we are racing once again. Again, we'll try to get those laps to you as quickly as we can. As soon as we get them in, we'll pass them along to you. As right now, the battle really is second place between Prescott and Carter. It looks like Prescott's going to slide up. Contact between Carter and Wilson in that 37 and the 80 machine. They make a little contact. Wilson going to slide up. Here comes 3 wide between the 37, the 80, and the 42. That's going to be Casey Carter and Wilson as they go 3 wide. There's still 3 wide back here. Shane James in the middle of the 07 of Howard Weaver and the 14 of J.D. Brown, and they're going to try it one more time. Still making no contact. Great racing here tonight from Limaland Motorsports Park. What a race these guys are putting on back here for about 4th, 5th, and 6th place. Meanwhile, out front, Bergeron is leading this race. Shad Prescott reeling him in, though. 2nd place, or 3rd place, sorry, my bad, Jordan Casey and Randall Carter. These guys duking it out right now. That is for 3rd position. A VLR and a Swindell Speed Labs machine battling it, and they're bunching them up back here. So we got cars going around, and the caution's going to be out, and it's going to be Jarrett Murphy in the 25 that goes for a spin. Let's go back and take a look. What happened to the 25 of Jarrett Murphy here tonight as he goes around here at Limaland early in this race? And just a lot of beating and banging going on here. A lot of 3-wide racing for that matter. And right there, just slides up, collects the 85 with him, and around he goes after some more beating and banging. As we go back to the front, here's we go back live. Alex Bergeron still leading the race. All right, hopefully everybody out there joining will continue to post that YouTube link in there to check it out. Make sure you head on over there. That is, of course, going to be the best quality anyway. If you're watching it on the YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little bell to be notified of all upcoming events on there. It will not just be sim racing. We'll have some real-life racing on there as well weekly as the green flag comes back out. Bergeron still out front, but here comes Jordan Casey. He's going to catfish it all the way on the bottom. Prescott running through the middle, and they make it 3 wide as they come down the line. We'll see. Here comes. Whoo! What a battle. The caution comes out once again, and this time it's going to be for. We can get to him. There it is. Lucas Chowning. Shane James involved in this. Let's go back and take a look, and it looks like the 80 of Dylan Wilson getting involved in this as well. And there you go, Shane James and the 80 involved in this one. Not Lucas Chowning, I do a mistake there. He gets through, but 2 cars involved. We go back to live, go back to the front of this field with the 80 of Dylan Wilson on in the pits now, and Shane James out of the race once again. Being collected in a wreck on the track, just not the way he wants it to go. Again, we'll see if we can't get a lap count here for you. At the moment, we do not know. We haven't given 100% accuracy of how many laps completed under green, but we are coming up on the 25 lap mark here when they come to the line, as the pace truck will be diving off. We have not completed 25 laps under green. Hopefully we can get that soon from race control as the green flag does come back out once again. Alex Bergeron on the move here. This time they're going to start single file. We're going to go a little further back here as Howard Weaver going all the way to the bottom. He's going to try to make something happen, but I just don't think it's going to work down there as he's getting railroaded on the high side right now. That top side is really dominant here. No surprise. That seems to be the trend here on iRacing, is it's usually topside dominant, where we're going to go back to the front. Shad Prescott in the M14 D1RT machine. He tried to go just a hair lower than the top side, about mid to top side of the track, and it may have worked. He's going to dive all the way to the bottom, slide up. He has the lead for a split second, but he loses the momentum coming out of the corner, and it's going to be Alex Bergeron that takes the lead back once again. Jordan Casey falling back just a little bit in the number 42 Swindell Speed Labs machine, but Shad Prescott to the front. They drag race down to the line, and it's going to be, I believe Shad Prescott may have had it there. I think he did. He led the lap, but Alex Bergeron back to the front. They're still beating and banging for the lead. That's where we're going to stay here for the next few laps anyway. While these guys beat and bang it out here. Again, you're watching Alex Bergeron, Shad Prescott, and those two beating and banging together has allowed Jordan Casey in the 42 machine to catch back up. Again, these two right here, the 40 or the M14 and the 42, no love lost between those two here. I can guarantee you that. They're going to battle to the bitter end. They'll do it cleanly, but occasionally it may get a little hairy between those two teams and those two drivers. We'll see. how they play here tonight. Will they play nice with their toys, or will they say this is mine and not give an inch out on this track? Well, we'll find out here momentarily, because here comes Alex Bergeron back around Chad Prescott in the M14. That's going to put the M14 right there. Oh, he slides up a little bit, and that's going to be Alex Bergeron into the outside wall. Caution is out, and that's going to shove Alex Bergeron all the way to the back. Let's go back and take a look. Again, you're watching here. Let's go to the aerial view to take a look at this one. You're watching the battle between the M14 of Chad Prescott as he slides up. He takes the lead there. Here comes the 12 of Alex Bergeron back to the lead. Here comes the crossover move. He slides up, and right there, I don't know, he may have had a little bit of room. Maybe the 12 should have checked up just a little bit. Depends on which driver is your favorite driver, is which one you're going to pick should have lifted. To either way, contact between those two as the caution comes back out. Chad Prescott is your race leader here at the moment in that M14 machine. Jordan Casey in the 42 right behind him, followed by Blake Majulis, Randall Carter, and J.D. Brown are going to be your top 5 here, as we are currently on lap 36, but not all of those have been under green. Again, we're only counting green laps here tonight. All right, guys, we're getting that YouTube link out there. Obviously, Facebook having some issues here tonight, so we do apologize for that. But definitely go over to the YouTube side of things. It is nice and smooth. We haven't had any issues on it. And there you see it's going to be Jordan Casey. That is your new race leader, as the M14 of Chad Prescott going to be accredited with the caution there, and he will be put at the back of the field. We'll see how this one works out for everyone involved. Alex Bergeron being scored back in 11th place here at the moment. We'll see. He's going to try to work his way back to front. So is Chad Prescott. Meanwhile, it is Jordan Casey out front from the Swindell Speed Labs. They're running 1-2 right now with his teammate Blake Majulis, J.D. Brown behind him in the number 14 machine. And it looks like Randall Carter's going to try to get by him for 3rd place. And he'll have him right there at the line. And not going to hang on to it. That's the problem, as he does get by him, but he's not going to be able to hang on to it. As Jordan Casey running all the way to the high side, trying to push the wall out. Apparently he thinks he needs a little bit more track out there. But he's going to smack the wall. Unfortunately, that wall's going to win if he keeps hitting it too hard. His teammate Blake Majulis right there. Meanwhile, just catfishing it, running all the way in the bottom. So two teammates, running 2 distinct lines. Jordan Casey trying to knock the wall back. Blake Majulis trying to run over the tires in the infield. So again, 2 distinct lines. Then you have the 14 of J.D. Brown running, well, he was running middle. Now he's running to the high side as well. We go a little further back here as you have Cole Harvey, Blake Brown, Drew Hopkins, Dylan Thomas, Alex Bergeron back here as well in 10th place. He's gained 1 spot since the restart. Really just hasn't been able to progress too much, but it's only been a couple of laps. We'll see if he can keep going in the right direction. Just to update us, Jordan Casey is out front. Dylan Wilson is out of the race. Shane James out of the race. Garrett Niebergy is, looks like about 32 laps down. But he is in the race, followed by DJ Kilinowski and Dylan Little. DJ Kilinowski out of the race. Darren Little did not start. He'll be scored with the DNS here tonight. Blake Majulis trying to run down his teammate. Can't quite happen. But we're going to go a little further back, see if we can find some action going on in the track. And we're going to find it probably back here around Alex Bergeron, who's still in 10th. But look at him dive to the bottom, trying to make something happen. He's going to slide up. and that is going to not get him any spots. He stays right back in 10th position. He's trying to get by Dylan Thomas and Drew Hopkins at the moment. At the moment, none of that happening. Again, we're trying to keep tabs on laps as it looks like we are getting that in. 6 laps to go here for Jordan Casey. Now we got 5 to go as they cross the line, so we'll keep an eye on that as well as they're coming up to the line one more time to make it 4 laps to go for Jordan Casey in that 42 machine. Right there will be 4 laps to go. Oh, he doesn't have much time but to hold on to this lead. He's trying to hold it off from his own teammate. You know they're going to race each other clean, so he feels pretty secure out there as they're going to be coming up to the line right there to make it 3 laps to go. Blake Majolis doesn't have long if he wants to try to get by with only 3 laps. That is going to make it very difficult. Those two have checked out from the field right now. They got about a 6-car link over 3rd place as we make it 2 laps to go here in the race. Right about coming up. We're coming up with the white flag to go here. 1 lap to go. Right there, 1 lap to go for Jordan Casey. All eyes are on that 42 machine right now. Can he hold off his teammate in the 127 machine? Where we're about to find out. As right there, if our math is correct, we're getting them in. Should be the race, and it should be Jordan Casey in the 42 getting the win here tonight. Looks like the math off. We're off by 1. They're going to have 1 more lap to go. This one right here. Jordan Casey holding him off. And he will do it. It's going to be Jordan Casey followed by Blake Majolis will be your front 2, followed by J.D. Brown in 3rd place. What a battle. He did it. He got the lead after the caution came out, and he never looked back. And they're going to get all sorts of crazy out on the track now as caution is going to come out here momentarily. The race is officially over. It's going to be the 42 of Jordan Casey picking up the win, followed by the 127 of Blake Majolis, and the 14 of J.D. Brown are going to be your top 3 here tonight. We'll be talking to them here momentarily, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We got our top 3 drivers here in the booth, and unlike the asphalt races we covered, not so far to walk for them here, as it was a very short trip. We got them here quick, and we are going to be talking to our 3rd place driver here first, and that is going to be the number 14 of J.D. Brown. And first off, as always, congrats on the 3rd place here tonight. And it started out a little rough here tonight. Obviously, we mentioned it earlier, the Facebook goes down for VLR. Then the server, the race was in the wrong server. It had to be a new server. So, fighting all of that, you still had a pretty good night here tonight. So give us a rundown of how the car was handling and how this track was out there. It didn't look like it got too slicked off in too many places.
Yeah, you can still run the middle, and there's a good amount of traction, especially at the beginning. But for the most part, just top, and then you can run 1 groove off the top, and that's why kind of chaotic in the beginning. Just everyone's so close, and kind of got lucky a few times. Just everyone kind of just got into each other and made it through. So managed to get 3rd, so it's really good for points for us since we're sitting 4th, and top 3 all finished behind us. So we'll be looking a lot better in points after this week.
Well, definitely, we kind of know the answer to this, but we're going to ask it anyway. When you come into a race like this, especially being high in the points, you only have 20 drivers compared to some of these races where there'll be, 40, 50 drivers, and you have to narrow it down. But which would you think is more of the challenge? Competing with those 60 drivers or competing with this 20 car field where just about anybody in here's got a chance to put it in victory lane.
The 60 just because you have to fight through all the heat races, last chance to just make the main in the first place, and the main's probably just gonna have the best of the best since they fought through all the heat races and such. So like here we have a good group of guys and really fast guys, so it's challenging both ways, but I'd say the 60 drivers is a little bit more hectic and a little bit more hard to make the show in the first place.
Well, definitely it is. And before we let you go here, obviously one last time, congrats on the third place. And we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be for that third place finish here tonight?
App Auto Parts, H&M Automotive, ESP Performance, and everyone at Bad Racing. My teammate Cole managed to get a top 10, so he should be moving up a little bit in points. So good night for us, 2 top 10s.
All right. Well, again, congrats on the third place, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again here in the coming weeks. All right. And of course, that's going to lead us to our second place driver here tonight, and that is none other than Blake Majoras. And we talked about him a little bit in the pre-show there. We haven't seen him in a while here. So Blake and he may have been taking a week off last week because I don't recall him being here unless I've just been sick and couldn't remember it. That very well could be the case too. But regardless, you come in here tonight and, you're running really good. So obviously you'd like to get the win, but you didn't quite get it. But how does it feel to know you finished great in second place and you got a 1-2 with your teammate here tonight?
Oh, it's great whenever you have a night where you finish 1-2 with your teammate, especially Jordan. He never runs much anymore, so I'm just glad to see him run up front. Just sucks that we have to qualify so bad. It'd help out a lot if we could just start up front, but qualifying 20th isn't going to help that much. So coming out with a second is very, very good. Happy with that.
Well, definitely qualifying can get you, but it obviously worked that in the end here overall for you. Just an outstanding run. Had a few cautions in there. Do you think there was anything, maybe one more caution thrown in there, or something you could have done, maybe if you had an open set and you could have tweaked it a little bit, that you could have probably got by and tried to get that win?
Well, it's really just mainly about thinking about where you're going to put your car when you get the run. It was going to be hard to get by Jordan when you're on the top, but I found some on the bottom there, and we were really close there at the finish. But no, I really don't. This track's just a topside track. It would have been hard to get around them either way. Fixed or open setup, it would just have been hard to get by him there.
Well, definitely topside dominant here on iRacing tends to be how it goes. It's unfortunate. Hopefully that will get all sorted out eventually. But before we let you go, we know you got some sponsors on the side of that car and some shout-outs you might want to give for that second place finish.
Oh, yeah. Well, shout out to Jordan, especially. Good job to him. Swindell Speed Lab, all those guys. iRacing, iFlag, Jeff Brown. Bell Helmets, Weiser Organics, Design 75, Jeremy Ray. You for broadcasting, everyone that watches. Can't thank them enough.
All right, and of course, we'll leave you in here in case you have anything to chime in, and that brings us to the race winner. He is sitting out there again. We score him as 442, but that's the number 42 on the side of that car. That is the 42 of Jordan Casey, picking up the win here tonight, getting that 1-2 with his teammate. And first off, and most importantly, how's it feel to be sitting in victory lane here tonight with such a stout field?
Yeah, it's awesome, especially knowing that I don't get on much anymore. It's pretty cool to come on, pop on once a week, up winning this thing. Chad and Bergeron were faster than I was. I destroyed the wall right away, so my car wasn't as good, and then Lewis was definitely faster than me at the end, so I knew he was going to race me clean, though, so always good knowing he's behind you.
Yeah, we heard from him earlier that it was more of a topside dominant track. We saw early in the the feature here. You were trying to expand the wall out a little bit, and he was trying to pick up the tires in the infield there. But two distinct lines, but it obviously ultimately pushed to the front. So obviously, once the M14 of Shad Prescott and the 12 got together, obviously the 12 goes to the back. The Shad Prescott gets credited with the penalty. That got you the win. You talk about being good and then being lucky here in races like this. It's kind of a 50-50 split. You put yourself in the position by being good, and then got lucky there as well. So we call it a 50-50 split. What do you think the odds are there that, the skill versus getting lucky sometimes?
Every time I win, I think it's luck, because I'm not as good as these guys. These guys are really good, and I don't get on much anymore. Kind of gave up on it, and real racing kind of got in the way a little bit. So, and yeah, I just seen them guys throwing haymakers at each other earlier, and kind of had a front row seat for it. So I just kind of laid back, hit the brake a couple times, and didn't know how it was going to end, but I made it for Shad and Bergeron. They both had a good car.
Well, they do say sometimes it's better to work smarter than harder. You just didn't work hard to try to get by. You just let them duke it out, and in the end, you put it in victory lane here tonight. And same thing, we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs to give, so who would those be for that victory here tonight?
Yeah, like Blake said, everybody at Swindell Speed Lab. I know I haven't been on much lately, so for them to keep me a part of the team, it's pretty cool, and they're all doing pretty well in the Pro Series. I see. I tune in every Monday, so Kendall just took the lead. So Greg Speed Shop, Greg and Dustin Stellis, got to thank them guys, and that's about it. You for broadcasting, and thanks KT for coming out tonight and running the show.
All right, there you have it, folks. Those are your top three drivers here for tonight's race. That'll do it for race number one. We still have race number two coming up as we head over to do some Northwest Truck Series. We'll have 80 laps at Pocono coming up later tonight at 10:30 Central Time. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you're still up, have nothing else to do, or you just like watching us. Either way, tune in to watch. We'll see you there.